Welcome to another episode of Strange Things from Across the Pond. There is the pond, and this is today's strange thing. Let's have a look. Right, so what have we got here? Well, this is a can of Campbell's Chunky New England Clam Chowder. Ooh! This came from the commissary on RAF Lakenheath, the American supermarket that I'm fortunate enough to have occasional access to. So it is a proper across the pond dish today, and this jumped out at me just because I'm a big fan of The Good Place, where they talk about clam chowder a fair bit.
And clam chowder is disgusting. It's just hot ocean milk with dead animal croutons.
So yeah, I saw it, had to have it. Also, I'm currently making my way around the NC500. At the moment I'm on Shegra Beach, which is a beautiful bay, and I've just watched a fishing boat come into the bay and drop anchor, and they've got some music playing. I can't tell what it is from the distance, but they look to be really living the life. It's a gorgeous sunny day for it. But yeah, that's what it is, clam chowder. It says soup that eats like a meal. Well, I suppose if it's chunky enough it will, but I've never really thought of clam chowder as soup, but never mind. Anyway, so we have here net weight 18.8 freedom units, which is 533 grams. It says catch you on the hearty side. Okay. Directions: pour soup into a saucepan, heat up, stirring occasionally, which is good because I've got my camping stove to heat it up with, because, well, I'm camping. Do not add water. Good, because there isn't a supply of fresh water out here at the moment. I am really out in the sticks now. The nearest possible supply of fresh water is about 1.5 miles up the hill. It is ring pull as well, which is good because I don't have a tin opener with me. Yeah, this looks good. I've never tried clam chowder before. It could be interesting. I've stopped here, decided to have a bit of an early lunch, and I thought, yeah, why not do something strange and from across the pond whilst I'm at it. Right, let's have a bit of a deeper look. So, nutritional information going up on the screen somewhere, and ingredients are clam stock. Okay, good start for clam chowder. Potatoes, clams. I mean, just those three straight away, perfect. I was all ready to say, you know, it's clam chowder that doesn't contain clams, but whatever, there it is. Vegetable oil, which is corn, canola and or soybean oil. Celery contains less than 2% of modified food starch, water, wheat flour, salt, monosodium glutamate, soy protein concentrate, sugar, onions with 2 qualifying marks next to it. Okay. Spices, sodium phosphate, natural flavouring, disodium ionosinate, disodium guanylate, succinic acid, butter with 2 stars next to it as well, buttermilk, soy sauce, which is soybeans, wheat and salt, enzyme modified butter, whey protein concentrate, non-fat milk, whey, soy lecithin and milk fat. Oh, the qualifying marks mean they're dried, so it's dried onions and dried butter. How do you dry butter? Is it still butter if it's dried? Discuss that in the comments. Right, well, apart from the long list of chemicals, that's pretty much what I would expect from clam chowder. You know, stock, potatoes, clams. Yeah, I imagine all this other stuff is just for American palates and a bit of preservatives, so yeah. Right, the instructions are simple. Heat it up in a pan and eat it. So let's do that. That's what it looks like out the tin. Pretty much what I was expecting. It looks very similar to the picture on the tin. Let's just pour it out. You know what? That actually looks really good. Yeah, I haven't even heated it up yet, but I can see, look, you've got chunks of potato in it, chunks of clam. Yeah, it's all there. That's great, is that? Yeah, let's get a bit of it. I won't eat it yet, but let's do a sniff test. So it smells like tinned soup. There's a quite distinct smell to tinned soups. Doesn't seem to matter what flavour you get, they will all have roughly the same smell. It's kind of like an undercurrent of smell. They do smell different from each other depending on what's in them, but they always have one similarity to them. So, but that's about all I'm picking up. I'll try it once more. Yeah, smells of tinned soup. That's all I'm getting from it. Hints of like seafood, possibly clam, or possibly just generic seafood. It is tinned after all, but yeah, that's what I'm getting from it. Tell you what, since it's tinned, we'll lick the lid, shall we, before we cook it. Alright, I think this is going to be good once we get it heated up. The flavour, even cold, and licking it off the lid, is, seafood. Kind of like a seafood medley that I once made a fish pie out of. That's what it smells of. That's what it tastes of. We're not talking, like salmon and cod and haddock and such like. We're talking shellfish like cockles and that sort of thing. Nice. Sort of stuff I do like to eat. But yeah, I think this is going to be good. Right. Attach my gas bottle. Go. Pop that on there. Right. And enjoy the scenery whilst we wait for it to cook. Oh, I think the sheep want some. They're making their way over. I don't know if you'll like it, it's not grass. Alright, that'll do. Let's eat. Okay, so this is the finished product, you could say. Obviously it doesn't really look any different to when it first came out of the tin. I'm not really cooking, I'm heating, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, that is nice. That is definitely a thick soup. I think it's a soup that eats like a meal is what it said on the packet. They're not lying. That's so going to keep me going for the rest of the day is this. Let's give it a sniff test. Alright, yeah, the smell has changed. Before, it just smelled like generic canned soup. Kind of like potato soup more than anything else. Now that I've had a minute or two to think about it. Now though, very strong seafood scent to it. Yeah, definitely seafood. And like I say, it's, clams, cockles, that sort of fish, small shellfish, rather than what most people think of, like salmon and cod and haddock and such like, the popular ones. Yeah, that's what it smells of. Appearance wise, I mean, I can see, the chunks of potato in there. I can see chunks of clam in there as well. But it looks like a nice thick chunky soup. Yeah. Right, let's get it in my gob, see what it tastes like, shall we? Oh, that's nice. That is very nice. Let's have another mouthful quick. Yeah, no complaints there. It's definitely a creamy base sauce, even though the ingredients didn't really list much in the way of cream and milk. They listed buttermilk and non-fat milk, but yeah, but it's definitely creamy. The potatoes are there, but they're only subtly affecting the flavour, just enough so that I know there's potato there. The majority of it is the clam coming through, that sort of slightly salty but very fishy flavour to it. The texture, I'd say the meaty bits are a little chewy, but they're not going to be very chewy because this has already been cooked once in the tin and then reheated, so that's what you get. But the potatoes, if you overcook potatoes, they turn to mush, but they haven't. They've still got a little bit of firmness to them, which is nice. It's very nice. Let's have another gobful. The main ingredients, the clam and the potato, are working perfectly together. It's really good. That is lovely. There's not much else in the way of flavour coming through. For all those ingredients that are listed, the main things are clam stock, potatoes and clams. That's all I'm getting, but it is working very nice. Yeah, I like it. Only thing I will do, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. That's the only thing I feel like it's missing. The right amount of pepper I found as well doesn't necessarily change a flavour, but amplifies it. If you don't believe me, use a small amount of black pepper on fresh strawberries. Let's see what happens. See what that's done to it. Ooh, perfect. Yeah, a little bit of pepperiness, but other than that, perfect. Yeah, gorgeous. Right, I'm gonna knock the camera off because the battery is going, and I've left the spare batteries on the bike, which is half a mile away at the moment. And then once I've eaten it, we'll do conclusions. But this is gorgeous. That was Campbell's chunky New England clam chowder that I've just had in Scotland. Original Scotland, old Scotland. Anyway, that was actually really good. I'm not sure I could have made better myself at home, and I can cook when I want to. I am actually a pretty damn good cook. But yeah, that was great. I'd say you didn't need to add water. It was nice, thick, creamy soup to begin with. Plenty of potato in there. It's a good hearty meal. It's definitely going to keep me going the rest of the day. It's a decent sized can as well. It's bigger than, say, a regular tin of beans. That is quite a chunky can that you get there. It doesn't look it, but it's at least a size up. But yeah, all that potato in there to keep you going. The clam really coming through with that sort of fishy saltiness that they bring. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. The only thing somewhat uninspiring about it is the smell. It smells just like regular tinned soup, but I think that's just what tinned soup smells like. There's no getting away from it. Once you've cooked it, the smell changes a bit and you can smell the clam coming through, but yeah, the taste is the main thing when it comes to food as far as I'm concerned, and that was great. The only thing it could benefit from is more pepper. If you're going to try it, and I highly recommend you do, if you're going to try it, add a bit of pepper to it. It really helps bring out the flavour, just that little bit of pepperiness. It's gorgeous, very good. So yeah, New England clam chowder, highly recommend. Next month, I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do. I've got a fair bit saved up, but as I said, right now I'm on the north coast of Scotland, working my way around the NC500. Off it goes. So I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. In the meantime, I'll leave you with that view, and I'll see you next month. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching The Fenland Biker.
Please don't forget to press the big button here in the middle to subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you liked what you just saw, please click the like button below and leave a comment letting me know what you liked about it. And as always, thank you for watching.